my focus is on the marketplace. I support RBC's efforts by bringing the procurement lens to the discussion, as are my colleagues here today as well. So I'm very pleased to be here to talk to you and to exchange ideas about supplier diversity. I'd like to talk for a moment about the business case for diversity, and then I'm going to tell you a couple of things that we're doing to move the platform forward as well. First of all, diversity for growth and innovation has been a core value of RBC for some time. That's not really news. In the procurement area, though, the business case was not always that clear. There were folks in procurement, even just a few years ago, who would say, what's the premium that we have to pay to move forward a diversity platform? Are we paying 3%, or is it going to cost us something to do this? And of course, the reality in the business world is it's business case driven. So that was a concern that a few people in procurement had. But as Riz mentioned, I can assure you that being involved the last few years, it's become very clear to us that the business case does exist. First of all, is that diverse suppliers offer us a very broad base of prospective suppliers to choose from. So that means a more competitive environment and better pricing for us. Also, they offer innovation and they're nimble. We're also confident that there's a market share case for supporting supplier diversity. On the revenue side, we've always enjoyed tremendous support from our communities, our diverse communities across the country. So, it would be crazy not to support those communities through the supply chain as well.
What I want to make sure is you understand there's a few myths out there about what supplier diversity is. And let's be very clear. This is not a social program. Nor is it a promise that participating companies will secure business from the corporate organizations. Supplier diversity is also not a compromise on quality, cost, or service requirements that we ask of any supplier. Supplier diversity provides an opportunity to broaden the supplier chain. It allows corporates the opportunity to include other organizations that they might not have traditionally dealt with. And on the supplier side, it offers an opportunity to present your capabilities, your products, and your services to corporate Canada. So let's be very clear. This is a business that we're in.
We have we're trying to break into a lot more of the Aboriginal knowledge. So we actually have a diverse supplier who's helping us build our Aboriginal program. So we wouldn't have had this knowledge, he comes to us with some amazing ideas. And we wouldn't have been able to build that knowledge, that foundation, and be a leader in this area without his support.
I'm not necessarily convinced that legislation is required. We've got to look at the situation now. We're already seeing changes happening in the corporations. They're the ones at the end of the day that are spending the money. And all that's required, just like we have a decision that Roger Garland and Ian Troop has made at Toronto 2015, is that other corporations and champions step up to the plate. And you're going to see companies beginning to scramble very quickly to ensure that they're going to meet the requirements of the RFP because there's a business case for it.